Be me. 28 salesperson. Rain had started to fall sideways, not hard but sharp. I was locking up the shop when I saw her. White dress, no coat, shoes in one hand, soaked veil stuck to her shoulder. Mascara smudged, but she didn't seem to care. She sat on the bench near the bus stop like she belonged there, like the storm wasn't happening. I hesitated, then walked over, slow, stopped a few feet away. "You good?" She let out a sound somewhere between a breath and a laugh. "Not even close." I nodded once. "You need somewhere dry?" She blinked, looked at me, not suspicious, just tired. "You offering?" "Yeah." 10 minutes later, she was in my apartment. I handed her a towel and a hoodie. She changed in the bathroom, came out barefoot, hair damp, dress folded neatly on a chair. I made tea. We didn't talk much. She sat on the floor near the heater. I stayed in the kitchen chair. The silence wasn't awkward, just real. Eventually, "You ever done something you knew would wreck everything and did it anyway?" "Not in a white dress," I said. She smiled at that. Not a happy smile, but one with oxygen in it. She stayed the night, not just because of the rain. We didn't talk about it after. Didn't need to. It wasn't about running from someone. It was about finally stopping. For her, maybe for both of us. Morning came slow. Clouds still low, street wet. I made toast. Burned the first slice. She wandered into the kitchen wearing the hoodie, sleeves halfway past her hands. Her dress, now dry, hung on the back of a chair like a ghost. "You ever think about getting matching plates?" she asked. I looked down at the mug in her hand. Mine had a chipped rim. Hers said, "World's okayest uncle." "You don't like asymmetry?" "I like that you own that mug," she said, sipping. We ate quietly. She didn't ask what I did for a living. I didn't ask about the wedding. Instead, we talked about cities we'd never been to, books we'd pretended to read, songs we secretly hated. She said she used to paint, but hadn't touched a brush in years. I said I used to write. Neither of us said why we stopped. Around noon, she stood up and stretched. "So, what now?" "I was going to sweep the shop and try not to think too much." She nodded. "Can I stay a little longer?" "Just today?" "Yeah," I said. "Stay as long as you need." She smiled, this time for real. After a while, she started helping out at the shop, said she didn't want to feel useless. She told me on the third evening. We were sitting on the floor with takeout between us. Noodles and mismatched chopsticks. The TV was on, volume low, neither of us watching. She hadn't changed out of my hoodie in 2 days. I hadn't asked her real name yet. We both knew we'd get there eventually. She set down her food, didn't look at me when she spoke. "His name's Matthew. He's nice. Or he knows how to be." I said nothing, just listened. "He proposed in front of my parents. I said yes because it felt easier than explaining why I wanted to say no." Still no eye contact, voice steady, like telling someone else a story. The dress was his mother's. The venue was hers. I picked the cake flavor, that was it. Vanilla. She laughed, dry, not bitter. More like relief from finally saying it out loud. "I wasn't scared of marrying him. I was scared of staying invisible forever." That's when she looked at me, eyes not asking for advice, just wondering if I'd leave now that the truth was out. I didn't move. "You regret it?" I asked. "Running?" "Yeah." She exhaled slowly. "No, I regret not doing it sooner." I nodded, offered her more noodles. She smiled. That night, she didn't sleep on the couch. She didn't ask, and I didn't make her. Not out of impulse. Out of something quieter, mutual gravity. She stayed. Not like someone moving in. More like someone who didn't know where else to be. Mornings turned into coffee and quiet music. She made a habit of stealing my flannel shirts. I stopped mentioning it after the third one. We started walking places, nowhere important. Corner shop, used bookstore, park where half the benches were broken. She liked sitting in strange spots, on ledges, on stairs, said it helped her think sideways. Once she asked, "What do people here do for fun?" Complain about rent and overcook pasta. Nice, feels safe. We had inside jokes by the end of the week, mostly about squirrels. Long story. She didn't talk much about the past after that one night. I didn't press. And for the first time in a long time, maybe ever, I didn't feel like I had to impress anyone. I could just be. So could she. We'd walk home at dusk, carrying cheap sandwiches and dumb stories. She'd laugh at nothing in particular. I'd catch myself smiling too much and pretend I wasn't. No promises, no pressure. Just breath in space and someone to share both with. Thursday evening. Came back with takeout. Front door was unlocked. She was sitting on the couch, staring at her phone. TV was playing some cooking show, muted. She didn't look up, just held the phone out to me. Tabloid photo, big headline, Matthew, tux, smile, new bride in some coastal setup, same venue, same day, different ending. Didn't waste the catering, I guess, she said. I looked at her. She wasn't crying, just locked down. They look happy, she added, or well practiced. I dropped the takeout on the table, sat next to her. Want to order a flamethrower or just eat noodles? She snorted. You got extra chili sauce? Obviously. We ate straight from the boxes. Neither of us said much for a while. Halfway through her noodles, she muttered, "Kind of thought I'd feel worse. Want to feel worse? I can find a playlist." No, I'm good. She didn't finish her food, but she stretched out on the couch like she wasn't going anywhere. After a few minutes, she kicked her feet up on my legs. You ever wonder if I made a mistake? Nope. Why not? Because you didn't flinch when you left. You flinch when you lie to yourself. You didn't. She didn't reply, but I felt her relax. She leaned her head against my shoulder, said nothing for a while, then softly, "You ever regret anything?" All the time. But not this. Not for a second. She didn't cry, didn't break, just let herself lean. That night she didn't say goodnight. Didn't need to. And when I woke up, her hand was still resting on my chest, like she needed to be sure someone would still be there when morning came. The next few days were quiet. Not awkward quiet, just level. She helped me reorganize the storage room in the shop. Mostly moved boxes around and made fun of my labeling system. You have a box labeled wires, probably. And that label has never lied. At night we watched bad movies, passed snacks back and forth, and fell asleep with our legs tangled under the same blanket. No plans, no questions. Then, one evening, window open, breeze cutting through the heat, she sat on the windowsill with a beer in one hand, staring at the street. I still don't know where I'm going. I looked up from the book I wasn't really reading. You don't have to know. She sipped, didn't look over. Feels wrong to just do nothing, like I should be rebuilding or redefining or whatever Instagram says. Screw Instagram, I said. You're allowed to just breathe. She glanced back at me. You always this annoyingly steady? No, I fake it well. You're doing a decent job. She hopped down from the sill, walked over, stopped in front of me. You sure I'm not just squatting in your place and stealing your hoodies? 100%. She nodded, sat down beside me, closer than usual. Okay, she said. Then I'll breathe here a little longer. I didn't answer, just reached for her hand. Not to take it, just to be near. She didn't pull away.